Okay, so today we're going to be talking about documentation. This is the shortest part of systems lifecycle, and it's really easy to remember because everything you need to remember is in the title of the two different types of documentation, which is technical and user. And well, you probably don't even need this lesson because you can probably guess the difference between the two. So here we go. Technical is the technical side of things, so how the program is put together. Maybe you could have what programming code you've used in there. You might also have any validation rules, where you're going to save backups, what routines it uses, maybe even what modules it uses in the code. You're also going to have flowcharts, how to navigate through the software and that kind of thing, and security settings. So, how does the user log in or anything like that, or even if you've used antivirus software the whole way through, you're going to say what sort of viruses you look for, anything like that. All of the technical stuff, which won't be sent out with the product, this will be specifically for people who maybe work in IT and need to install it on their system. This is a technical documentation. So it doesn't go out to everyone, it just goes out to people that work in the technical side of things. User documentation is kind of the opposite. We want it to be basic, we want it to be very simple and very, very clear. We want it to be easy to navigate. We might even use photos or screenshots to illustrate what we're trying to say. We're going to be very, very clear and simple and not use that many technical words. And if we do use technical words, we're going to have a glossary at the end of our user documentation. We might also include frequently asked questions that maybe we've realized that this issue might come up, so we're going to send that out with the actual documentation just in case they have a problem. We might also have troubleshooting tips. Have you tried to turn your computer off then on again? That is the top tip for any person that works in IT ever. Now that is literally all there is to documentation. And usually when you do questions on it, the questions are often, which documentation would this person need? Because there's not that much you can do with it. So I've made a very, very basic task for you. And that is to write a tweet to explain what technical documentation is. Sorry guys, it's not the most interesting or the most creative, but all you need to do is double click on it and you can edit it. I then went through and I found the only past paper question I could so far since the course started that has documentation on it. Let's just zoom in a little bit so you can see that in more detail. A new software application was developed, a programmer, blah blah blah. Basically, you need to give what elements of documentation your user needs, and I guess this is the only question other than which documentation is this that is going to come up. So that's only worth 6 marks, and that's all that's come up previously. I think it's quite simple, and most of the time, especially for systems lifecycle, you're going to have to apply your question to a scenario they give you in the exam. Other than that guys, that's all there is to it. I say goodbye.